Welcome to Knicksfandom. This is an independent New York Knicks fan-based podcast, which was created by fans for fans. The show is hosted by L.A. Blackwell, Danny, and Flo. They'll discuss the issues surrounding the Knicks, the NBA, and various other sports-related topics. Join us. It's going to be a heck of a ride.
Whoa! Drop the bomb on them, baby! Knicksfandom. As always, I'm your host, L.A. Blackwell. How you doing, Danny D, with my fellow co-host?
I'm good, L.A. I'm good. How's everything with you, man?
Everything is everything, man. We got to talk about this KP trade that just went down. Also glad you joined my fellow co-host, Flo. How you doing, Flo?
L.A., I'm great today, brother. How you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Knick fans, we had to give y'all a special episode today. Big deal just went down. Let's break it down for y'all. We're going to give y'all that hot take today. First up, Porzingis. KP is no longer a New York Knick. He's been traded to the Dallas Mavericks. And while the deal's still up in the air with some of the basics, some of the things that's still out there, what we know right now, the Knicks will receive Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, Wesley Matthews, and 2 future first-round draft picks from the Mavericks in the deal. They will receive Courtney Lee, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Trey Burke as well. This will free up a lot of cap space for the Knicks for free agency, but the biggest thing is the unicorn is gone. What's your thoughts about it right up off the top, Danny D? What's your thoughts?
Smiling in your face, the backstabbers. Man, that shows what, listen, him and his brother had, like you said, LA before, and then we said, Flo, I don't think KP had no intentions at all to stay with the Knicks whatsoever. The trade deadline was next week, and him and his brother walked in there. They knew what they were going to do, and he wanted to leave. And I just say, we compensated, we got well, but I'm just saying that the thought that it's like a broken girlfriend syndrome, that you thought you was going to build a relationship with this person, and the person just leaves you high and dry without looking in the back. I'm looking at some of these quotes saying that, you know, how I'm supposed to win with this team. What's going on here? We're losing. We losing because you got hurt, sucker. What you talking about?
Drop them bombs on them, D. Drop them bombs. Tell us how you feel, man.
You know what I'm saying? You got hurt. You know what? We continue. I don't even want to cross on the air right now. I don't even want to cross on the air.
What about you, Flo? What you thought about this deal when you heard this right off the top?
I love this deal, believe it or not, because at the end of the day, KP didn't want to be here. So I'm fine trading him. Not only that, I get to free up cap space. Free cap space. I move Courtney Lee Jr.'s contract. I move Tim Hardaway Jr.'s contract. Trey Burke is gone. I'm getting future first-round draft picks. I'm getting expiring contracts in Wesley Matthews Jr. and DeAndre Jordan, where, keep in mind, I can actually flip these guys next week if it's possible, or buy them out. And I get to watch Dennis Smith Jr. and evaluate him for the rest of the season before I decide if he's part of the future or not. Still a good deal if you think about it. Still, it's a fair deal for both teams. I love this deal for the Knicks. Excellent job by Scott Perry. My understanding is Mark Cuban gets along very well with Mr. Dolan. And he was in town yesterday at the Knick game because the Mavericks were in town. My understanding also is Scott Perry met with Donnie Nelson, who was Don Nelson's son, who is in the front office of the Dallas Mavericks, and hammered out this deal. Let's be honest, gentlemen. Mark Cuban has been in love with Porzingis since July of 2016. So he's been going after Porzingis for so many years. Finally, he got his guy, and he got somebody he can put next to with Doncic. Great deal for the Knicks.
You spoke there, Flo. You definitely spoke from the heart with that one. I got to agree with you. Knick fans, show some gumption. Show some heart. I hear some people out there crying. Oh, KP wanted to leave. Oh, the Knicks did another dumb move. What are you crying about? Let's look at what the Knicks done did the last 3 years with KP. Last time I looked, 31-51. That's what they had back in 2016-17. 2015-16, 32-50. Last year, 29-53. He missed her after that. And now this year, 10-40. He hasn't played any. So what you going to miss with KP? He did nothing here. He got one All-Star appearance. Knicks that never made the playoffs with him. And he's been crying and hollering since he got here. And we talked about this. We talked about this early in the season. We said he was complaining about, they're saying he's not doing his conditioning on point, and then he put that picture out there. And I brought that up for a reason. I seen the little thingy, the little bit of sliver that they was talking about at that moment. We talked about this before, like you said, D&D with his brother. Little daggers here and there. You can see KP was not committed. Knicks, y'all did a good thing, so we don't have to be looking like the Pelicans 4 years from now after re-sign this guy, and he's crying he don't want to be here. If you don't want to be here, then go. Nobody need to beg no KP to stay here. The last time I checked, he's getting hurt year after year. 72 games he played, 66 games, and now 48. And then nothing this year. That's what he's been doing. Every year is going down. So what are you really losing as a franchise? If anything, I thought about trying to put in the AD deal. I thought about that before we got back in the way. I was going to bring that up. But I said they're not going to do that because he's been hurt. So now you know what, Dallas, y'all want him? Y'all got him. We had talked about this type of deal before. We said we want to get Wesley Matthews. We said we want to get rid of Tim Hardaway contract and Courtney Lee. We got all that done in this deal. So now, like you said, Flo, a ton of money is opened up, potentially $70-something million, which is basically the option now to get 2 max players. You didn't trade Frank in the deal. You got Dennis Smith Jr. You got a point guard, hopefully, for the future. And now you see what happened. And like you said, you cannot build, like you said, Danny D, if the guy doesn't want to be here. Talk on that a little more, Danny D. You don't want to be looking like the Pelicans right now.
Yeah, definitely don't want to look at the Pelicans. Like you said, deep down the heart, he don't want to be here. He had 2 years. We don't get stuck with AD. And the thing is, like Flo said, if you don't want to be here, you and your brother can kick rocks. Y'all both can go. You going to go to the West? Go to the West, and you and Luka can play together because you never had the heart of the city and you to play anyway. You understand what I'm saying? We haven't won nothing with you, and we can win without you too. It's not the end all to be all. We get expiring contracts, and we get to move on from you. You wasn't playing anyway, so it makes no difference anyway.
And that's the bottom line with it. And I'm glad y'all didn't come on air and saying, we wish him the best. I know we a good fan base. We usually say that, but I'm not saying that for KP this time. You didn't give us what we thought we was gonna have, and this is like a real dagger in the back. You did this right before the trade deadline.
Of course.
So to me, I don't see nothing I'm wishing him, just like Arrivederci at this point, man. Go out there with Luka, go out there with Dirt, and see what y'all gonna get. Good luck with that. I don't see nothing happen with y'all out there in the West. Good luck with it. What else you want to add to that, Flo?
No, man. We believe it or not, we all agree. We actually all agree on this deal. It's a great deal for the Knicks. You're getting 2 expiring contracts. If you think about it, 2 expiring contracts, and you got rid of the 2 of the worst contracts on your books, Courtney Lee and Tim Hardaway Jr. It's a smart move. And remember, you can still flip Matthews Jr. or DeAndre Jordan, or you can buy them out. Because you already know, if you think about it, gentlemen, if both of these players play tomorrow, the Knicks going to win some more games. So you don't want that. So I would say just take your time. You don't have to rush these guys in terms of put them out on the court ASAP. Take your time. Let these guys rest a little bit. Keep playing your youngsters. You already have your bench in place. This is not the year when we got Amari Stoudemire because we was LeBron or bust. This is not that year. This is a different era. You got to give Scott Perry and Steve Mills a chance, Knicks fans. Why you guys are so agitated? Relax, Knicks fans. Relax. It's a good day to be a Knick right now. You finally move a player that did not want it to be here at all.
Exactly. And that's the other thing with KP. He didn't want to play center. He complained about that. So he was working around that. Oh, he's a big 7-foot dude that don't want to play center. Then at the same time, now he's saying I'm healthy. They're not letting me play. It's always something. And he wanted his money up top, not looking at the team and saying we saved $10 million to bring you some help, to get your team to be a better level. And you crying because you want your money early. Same thing what happened on Melo. It's like, come on, do you want a team built around you or not? And if you don't, then you can kick bricks like Danny D said and go. Now you got DeAndre Jordan 1 year, $22 million. You know you ain't re-signed. Peace. Enes Kanter 1 year, $18 million. He ain't coming back. Bye. Wesley Matthews last year, $18 million. Ton of cash space that's gonna open up. You got KD out there. You got Kyrie out there. You got all these people. You got Kawhi out there if you want to take a chance at him. No sense hamstringing yourself now with KP and having to build around him and a guy that don't want to play center who's 7 feet at that same size. You don't have to worry about that no more. That's over with. Now you can do the full tank. Zion, here we come. Hopefully that works out. got 2 max cap on spots there, and you go on from there. That's it. So, dry your eyes, Knicks fan. Wave that towel and keep going because it's going to be brighter days. That's where I'm looking at. What do you want them to do with this cap space going forward? What stands out to you right away on Flo?
Well, you could definitely get a guy like KD and Kyrie. Let's take a look. If you guys remember, Kyrie became a movie star and did a movie called Uncle Drew. If you look at that film, that's about New York City basketball. What do Kyrie and KD got in common besides being NBA superstars? They love coming to New York in the summertime and playing pickup basketball. They love it. So this is a perfect opportunity for the Knicks, for Scott Perry, Steve Mills, to get a chance come July and recruit these guys. A great opportunity. And even if you strike out on both of these players, you still have other stars that are still in play. You still got Kawhi. You still got Boogie Cousins. You still got Klay Thompson. So it's not like the Knicks are going to strike out here. They're going to get somebody. They're going to get somebody.
Yeah. This New York, the Mecca still got some appeal. It's just you have to make sure you're going forward with the right people that actually want to be here. Because if they don't, it ain't going to work out. And the thing is, you don't even know if he's going to resign with Dallas. I'm already hearing somebody they're going to see how this year go and pull a Kawhi. So you don't know if he's even going to come back healthy by the end and stay there or see what happened next year. You don't even know. So to me, it's like you written him and you basically gave a ton of cap space and draft picks, and the guy's not even guaranteed to stay there. What else you want to say, Danny D? Who else you like to see them go in free agency as well?
The free agency, we got to go all in. We got to go all in for KD, and we got to make a strong push for KD and see what he's going to do. Because with that money cap space, we got to get somebody that's going to bring it back together. You know what I'm saying? Because without the All-Star and things like that, Dennis Smith can play, but we got to intrigue somebody, an All-Star that can come in here and that wants to carry the load and they can bring a lot and bring somebody with them. If anybody can get on the phone and come together, we got a ton of money that's come over here. We're getting some draft pick and we're trying to make moves over here.
Yeah, that's right there on top. And the big thing is, you don't want to be like Chicago. Y'all remember that when Derrick Rose and Melo was over there? And if your main star really is not a great recruiter, as you saw with Chicago, he's not going to attract other players there. I mean, we always get on what's his name, Draymond Green and things, but he gets a lot of big time players to come there at the end of the day. So if you got KP who's already saying, well, I don't even know if I'm gonna stay here, I don't know, I can't really recruit anybody else to come here, then you can go. That's my whole point. If he doesn't even want to be there, how is he gonna be any type of recruiter for somebody else? That part is crazy to me. So you better find that now. And like I said, this is basically the third year. By this point, if you ain't convinced that you want to be a Knick, you ain't never want to be a Knick. That's just the bottom line. Because even with the Pelicans, we're going to get into that real quick as well with AD. They had 7 years, man. 7 years this guy was here. I can't blame him if he want to leave now. At least this guy got you to the playoffs. And at least this guy has an all-NBA and an all-star, So we already know he's a top 5. KP is not top 5 yet. I want to talk about AD real quick, guys. And another big man that's supposedly on the move. We got to talk about the brow for the New Orleans Pelicans. AD put it through his agent, Rich Paul, and basically said, I want out of here. So the point is actually fined $50,000 for it. And let's just break down real quick. AD, he's averaging 29.3 points before he had a left index finger that was injured. He's out with an injury for the last couple of weeks or so. They say going to miss the next 1 or 2 weeks. He's averaging 13.3 rebounds and 4.4 assists, all career highs. He's a 5-time NBA All-Star. He's also the 3-time All-NBA First Team, NBA All-Defensive Team, 2-time All-Defensive Second Team, and he was an NBA All-Star Game MVP in 2017. He's 7 feet, guys, 250 pounds, plays like a center, also like a point guard. One of the top 5 players most people would agree in the league at this point in time. And he said he went out of here. He got the same agent as LeBron James, and you know what happened. You got LeBron James out there. LeBron. So we can't be too shocked that this actually came out there not too long after they had their little dinner meal. LeBron spent that little $5 on that meal for him. So I guess it worked some dividends. But just give the Lakers a little 10-day wheel and deal in time because the Celtics can't do anything because of the Kyrie move. They can't do it this soon until basically at the end of the season. So, Guy, what you think about AD being on the move? Starting with you, Danny D.
AD being on the move and things like that. Like we said before, and things like that, like LA and Flo said, he put in his time. He put in his time for the Pelicans, things like that. He tried his hardest. He's the sensitive to the franchise, things like that. And the man wants to move. He goes and tells his agent Rich Paul. Well, he just got that agent Rich Paul that he wants to get a trade. A coincidence, like we said, no, it's not a coincidence. But hey, what can we do? You know, he put in his time and he put in his effort. He wants to leave. But the only problem is, I wish he would, went and told the organization himself that he wanted to do that. And also, he's trying to put his organization in the bind to try to make a move to a certain team. Because if he would have waited at the end, it would have been more value setters out there that can try to get him. Because now you're doing it before the deadline. There's only certain teams that can get you. And the team with Boston, who has more to offer you, can't get you until July 1st. And it's a strategic move by AD and his camp.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely strategic. And the problem is with this, you got to worry about, to me, it's almost borders on collusion, man. I don't know how you can do this guy. When the last time I checked, they talking about Stephen A. Smith reported saying that they talked this summer. He's not a free agent. Why are you talking this summer? It's one thing when they did the Miami thing, Autumn got a free agent, they did a little banana boat thing. He got a whole nother year in the contract. What's the purpose of these guys having contracts if these guys are ready to be a free agent a whole year before they even available? This is crazy, man. You want people to be actually being a fan of these teams? What you want to add to this, Flo? What you think about this whole situation?
Listen, I'm agreeing with D on this, and we said this on the air in episode 62. Magic Johnson, you got a couple days to get this deal done. If I'm Jeannie Buss, I'm firing Magic Johnson at the end of the day because he's done a horrible job as a GM of the Los Angeles Lakers. Only big-time free agent he was able to recruit to come there was LeBron James. That's it. He's done a horrible job. Now, if I'm Del Demps, I would take the advice of Popovich, Greg Popovich, coach of the San Antonio Spurs. Remember, gentlemen, Del Demps came from the Spurs organization. Pop gave him a phone call and said, listen, you don't have to do anything. Take your time. Do what I did. Send Kawhi to Toronto. That's it. You already know Del Demps is going to get fired. So if that's the case, you do not have to play AD. You sit him out for the rest of the season. That's punishment. Mm-hmm. And you tank. You tank and you try to get a top 5 draft pick. After that, you wait for July 1st. You reach out to Danny Ainge and say, listen, you want AD? We want either Jaylen Brown and maybe Jason Tatum. Some picks in between. We'll take Gordon Hayward. We don't want him, but we'll take him. Just to make the salaries match up. We'll take him. So if I'm Del Demps, you know what? Sit tight. You don't have to rush and try to make this trade with the Lakers. You don't owe the Lakers anything. You don't owe Anthony Davis anything. It's important that you report to your owner, Tom Benson, who not only owns the Pelicans, but he also owns the New Orleans Saints. You report to him, you relax. You don't have to do anything. You're not in no rush to make this deal. You're in control. Rich Paul is not in control. LeBron is not in control. Magic Johnson is not in control. And AD is not in control. You're in control.
No, I hear you. I definitely agree with you saying there, Flo. But to me, at the end of the day, I blame this 60-40. I'm looking at AD 40. I'm blaming 60 on the Pelicans. He has 7 years. 7 years. You should have built a better team than this around him. But this team is not that bad. They should be playing this horrible. And that's going to be a hit of AD. He got him to play one time, basically, I recall. And this team never really stepped up. I mean, you got Julius Randle, you got Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is not a horrible player. He's a very good player. Got Mirotic. This team should be hover around the playoffs with him playing as well as he had numbers-wise. And this team was struggling even before he got hurt. That says a lot about AD. And the thing you got to look at these other players back in the day with Pat Ewing and all these guys. These guys was getting these teams consistently in the playoffs for 10 years straight. Now you got these players who supposed to be so superstar, they can't even get to make the playoffs anymore. These guys got to take a hit, and now they begging to go somewhere else. Why you can't get nobody to come over there? Now you're going to go join LeBron. This is basically what they're saying. And that's what it looks like is going to happen. But to me, you should have to see this was coming. Because basically, it's everything with these players, they've got levels to this. They establish themselves as an all-star. They become an all-NBA. Then they get their money. Y'all gave him one big contract already. And now they want to win championships. And that's the area he's at right now. He want to win championships. He doesn't see it happening there. They don't get no fan support. And the team that you built around is not winning. And that's what happened because they weren't by their legacy nest. Now, I think it's a weak move going there, but LeBron, but this is what he's used to. He was in Kentucky, he had a superstar team over there. He won a superstar team again. So that's where you at right then and there. So to me, guys, I'm asking you, where you think they go from here? Who you think got the best chance of actually getting AD? You got people out there, the Lakers, the Celtics, Knicks. I would have said before this KP deal went down, they pretty much out of it. Then you got the Nets, 76ers, maybe the Warriors and Nuggets. What team you think maybe the top 2 or 3 has a legitimate chance of getting AD? Starting with you, Flo.
Boston number 1, Philly number 2, Nets number 3.
Any particular reason why?
Well, let's do it this way. With Boston, you're gonna get the best package come July 1st. So that's why I feel them should relax. When it comes to Philadelphia, you can offer Ben Simmons and some future first-round picks and some players on that roster to make the deal work. Because it doesn't seem like Ben Simmons get along too much with Joel Embiid, And I'm not here today trying to criticize Ben Simmons. I'm not here for that. I'm being honest. I'm not here for that. The guy's an all-star. Much respect. I'm gonna give him his props. I'm not fond of Ben Simmons, but much respect. He is a talented basketball player, and he's got room for improvement. But again, Brooklyn, a sleeper team as always, because they can offer so many things. Sean Marks is doing an excellent job in Brooklyn, man. It's very important. I think Magic need to take a sip of that good water in Brooklyn, because Sean Marks looks like a genius compared to Magic Johnson right now. Magic Johnson looks like an idiot.
Go ahead, continue, Phil.
No, but at the end of the day, seriously, at the end of the day, all these 3 teams have a great chance of getting AD, in my opinion. Once again, Boston, 60% chance. Brooklyn, I would say 10% chance. Philly, 30% chance.
Okay. Thank you, dear Flo. How about you, Dan D? Where you see him going? What's your top 3 teams?
I was going to go Boston. I see Boston and LA. And I did have New York until this trade happened.
Okay. What's the reasons why?
Because it's too much going. It's too much headway going on, things like that. Because for even with the throw into Zoe, they're talking about Alonzo talking about if he gets traded and he doesn't want to go to Pelicans. It's too much speculation going on for him not to get traded to LA. There's too much going on. And it's too much back and forth between the Pelicans and LA, because they said the Pelicans actually, not allegedly, but actually picked up the phone and in talks with LA when they was talking about like a couple hours ago. So it's too much going on for that not to be an option out there for me, number one. And then for Boston, it's up there because they have enough package to give what really the Pelicans need with draft picks and players. They have enough young talent, enough draft picks that Boston has that the Pelicans actually need and require to have an equal trade for AD.
Okay. Made some strong points there, Danny D. For me, one of my favorite sayings, you know this, Flo. I always said this when it came to Watergate. Follow the money.
Money, yep.
Follow the money. And right now, AD did what we didn't know he had the heart to do. And that was to put it out there he didn't want to be with this team anymore. I know he wanted to be portrayed as a good guy and everything. He don't really want that heat. But he said, bump it, I'm out of here. And sent Rich Paul, the henchman, to do his job. That's what he did. So he put it out there. So to me, number one, it got to be L.A. Because right now, it's only one other chess move for him to make. And that's basically say, guess what? Don't sign for me. I'm not coming nowhere but L.A. Mm-hmm. That's his next move. If you say that, then you only renting him for a year. And you're going to have to be a team that's that close to winning to do it. And Boston, maybe that team that may try to do it. But do you really want to give that up and take that chance, knowing this guy saying, I'm not going nowhere but L.A.? That's the thing. Paul George never said that. He never said he was going there. Everybody thought he was going there because his hometown and everything in that nature, but he never came out and said it. Big difference. AD, if you want to go to L.A., you better come out and say it right now. That's the only way it's going to happen. Other thing with that, so I'm saying number one is L.A. Because Rich Paul, LeBron, they pulling the string behind there like Geppetto and Pinocchio. And NBA, y'all better go check this out because this is getting real bad. I don't want to see this. There ain't no LeBron hate or anything, but if you got one player that's already present in the NBA and an agent on the outside doing moves, something can't be right with this, man. Come on. Number two, Boston. Y'all got a lot of chips. Y'all got a lot of moves to make. I know Danny Agents and everything. I put him number two. Number three, 76ers, like I said, Ben Simmons. I could definitely see him getting moved. To get a play like that, you would definitely take a chance. Number four for me is the Warriors. I don't sleep on Golden State when it comes to anything. And they get the idea that they know that KD is not coming back. You might make a move for that if you can. If you know you can sign him up, don't be surprised with something like that. I don't let the Warriors let nothing pass when it comes to them. Other than that, follow the money. AD, the ball's in your court right now. Like you said, Flo, Magic Johnson, you got a couple more days. You better pull a rabbit out your hat. And that's the bottom line with that. Better show your name really is Magic, or the hot seat's going to be on you. Other than that, where do you think AD should go? What's the number one place you think he should go, then, AD, if you were AD?
If I'm AD, and the number one place I should go, I got to think about this. If I'm AD, where I want to go? That's a good question. If I'm AD, where I want to go? If I'm AD, I actually want. I would want to come to the East team. So I'm trying to think of the team that he will fit the best on the East roster. If think about it, I probably want to come. I would rather come to the Celtics.
Elaborate.
If I come to the Celtics and things like that, if they could make a trade, you can team up me, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, things like that, and then I know that because if I get together and I know we can knock out Toronto and the Greek Freak, we can lay them out real quick with Eric Bledsoe. That guy's he's not strategic. We can knock those guys out in the East. I think we could be number one in the East if I came to the East.
Okay, what about the LeBron connection? Would you think about going there?
If I want, yeah, that's the thing. But if I was AD, that's the thing. I'm not going for the money and things like that. That's me personally. If I was AD, but AD, the things like that, he gotta, like you said, he gotta man up and speak for himself. We don't have Rich Paul speak for you, man. You speak for yourself. If you want to leave, tell him, listen, I don't want to be here no more. I want to leave.
I hear you with
because
that.
Because what Charles Barkley was saying too. Because if you're Adam Silver, how do you let this go on? How do you not find them and veto this trade if this happened? How don't you?
I know it looks bad, and then they talking about Kyrie may join him in the summer too. This looks crazy, man. It's like the NWO stuff all over again. I don't understand that. It's way too much. You got way too heavy hammer, Thor. I don't know what you're doing over there, LeBron. It looks crazy to me, man. I don't know how you be a fan of this. I really don't. Literally, it was a month ago. This came out saying I would like to have AD on my team. He switched agents, and now literally this guy comes around and says, I want to be traded.
And that's another reason I wouldn't go to LA. Just for the controversy like that, I would have to go to another team just off of that.
I think you're going to see it all the way through at this point, man. What about you, Flo? What you think? What's the number one team you think he should go if he was actually AD?
I'll give you a number one team and number two team. The number two team is the team you mentioned earlier, LA, Golden State. The number one team should be the Toronto Raptors.
Okay, elaborate as well.
With the Raptors, if you still keep Kawhi, you got Kawhi there for the rest of the season. You got Kyle Lowry. That's their big three right there. They can challenge Golden State in a 7-game series right there. Just with those three studs right there. Go to the Warriors. Remember, gentlemen, it seems like AD can't carry a heavy load. He can't be the man. So he's better off going to Golden State. We know that's Steph's team. So AD would be a good number 2 option there. I can't see him in the Lakers because at the end of the day, I don't think that's enough to beat the Warriors. And you got to deal with the Warriors in a 7-game series. They're not going to beat the Warriors in a 7-game series. At best, they'll win 1 game. At best. They're not beating the Warriors. It's not enough. LeBron is getting a year older. Gentlemen, he just turned 34 on December 31st. And he's breaking down. This is crazy if he goes to LA. It's stupid on his part. He's stupid. Magic Johnson's stupid. Rob Pelinka's stupid. And Rich Paul. 4 dummies in the room. 4 dummies. They all meant for each other. 4 big dummies, man. They all deserve the Lamont Sanford Big Dummy Awards. All of them.
I hear you. It's hard to go against that. I think if he go to LA, he's doing like LeBron. He ain't going there just to win. He's thinking about the other outside things that you can get, the endorsements, the weather, everything like that. I think is coming to him. Because the funny part is he didn't know. I already heard that's what rumors say that he doesn't want to go to Chicago, and that's the place he's from. That's his hometown, and he already said he's not going there. So to me, if you're gonna follow this, and I look at him like I do Paul George, because like you just stated, it does take a hit. even though he'd be a top 5 player, I don't think he has that ability to make other people better. And that's the thing I think that you're starting to realize. He's not making other players better with his team, really, as a whole. So to me, you got to go somewhere that already got an established player with him. I would like Toronto, but I don't think Toronto got enough to get that deal done on their side. So to me, like you said, Danny, I think the Celtics would be one of the top teams he should go to. Also think he's going to go with the Lakers. I feel like the Lakers is going to be it. I wouldn't personally go there, but I could see that happening. Another good team I could see also would be the Warriors. But the thing is with the Warriors, they already got 2 championships with KD. It's going to be hard to trade him, even though AD is very good. And if you got a feeling that KD not going to resign, it's best to make that type of move. But you go there and don't win a ring, they're going to crush you, man. Because they already know they got a guaranteed ring right now without doing that deal. So you're taking a major chance with that. Also, the Nuggets will be a good team. They got a lot of players on that team if they can make something like that happen, too. But I don't know if they're going to really try to make a reach from him if it doesn't happen during this 10-day span right now. But AD, you want to get out of here. I don't know if it's a direct path to the championship. Like you said, LeBron is not LeBron of old. You starting to see some chinks in the arm. You start to see him getting hurt. This is not things that happen with LeBron on a regular basis. And then lastly, guys, I want to talk about real quick. What does this say about the NBA collective bargaining agreement and the Florida Supermax contract? That no superstar seemingly wants this max contract. LeBron didn't chase it. Kawhi didn't chase it. Now AD didn't chase it. Do you think it's something that owners would threaten to lock out the players going forward? What do you think need to happen right now? What's your thoughts overall? Starting with you, Flo.
LA, you mentioned this before. If you're the NBA owners, at the end of the season, you got to sit down and go to the bargaining table and try to restructure this Supermax deal because it's not working. You got to try something else. It's not working at all. You know that Adam Silver is a players commissioner. You could tell because David Stern would have put his foot down on a lot of things going on right now. You have collusion going on in the NBA, and it's not right. And it starts with LeBron James. He's got too much power. I gotta agree with Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban. LeBron's got too much power. This gotta stop. It really does. It's gotta stop right now. It's ridiculous, man. It really is. Guys talk, I want to get traded a year or 2 years before your contract's up. Stay committed to your contract. You signed that deal. You're making the big bucks. Honor your commitment. Yes, I understand the business is a dirty business and players can get traded. I understand that. We know the stories of players getting traded and them not even being notified. We know about with Jason Kidd, when he got traded to the Brooklyn Nets at the time, he found out going to a Wendy's. We know that. Players don't like when they get traded. They get they get blindsided when they get traded. We understand that. But you sign up for this business. You got drafted by a team. Honor your commitment. You sign a contract.
No, I hear you. And my problem is not so much about them asking to be traded. You got the right to do that. You can ask to be traded. That's fine. But my thing is you signed that 4-year deal. You didn't have to sign that. You wanted that money at the time. You wanted that security, and then now you say you don't want it. You could have signed 1-year deal. That's one thing I give credit for LeBron. He ain't signed these long-term deals until he went back to L.A. or he went to L.A. for the first time. He was signing 1-year deal here and there, another year, and he wanted to see the whole landscape of the land before he really committed. That's what you need to do. You can't have it both ways. Say, I want security, I want the money, but then if things don't look right in a year or two, I'm getting out of here, even though I got a whole another 2 years left of my contract. That's crazy, man. That's unfair to the fans. That's unfair to the ownership and everything of that nature. Just sign a 1-year deal or something at that point in time. Or, just keep it within the organization. But going out here and having dinner and all that, like I said before, I thought that was a bad look then. I didn't like it. And now you're seeing repercussions, these type of things. What you want to add to that, Danny D?
Yeah, they have to do, like, another thing is there might have to be another governing body when it comes to this. So certain things is where they have certain trades and people under contract, things like that, and demand a trade. I think now it should go to another board of executives. If I wouldn't say the owners, they should have come in, have, I think, an unbiased review. So that's when the unbiased review have people who are not part of the NBA and say AD wants to get traded and things like that, it should go to another board, and they should make a decision if he's allowed to make a trade, or this trade can go through, or he has to determine and play out the rest of his contract. You understand what I'm saying? And have another government body decide that. And if not, hey, if the vote says no, you got to fulfill your end of your contract and just fill it out.
That's a good point. But I know that NBA union is not going to let that happen.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. But that's what I said. About somebody that's, but you understand, some unbiased review, like a review board, like say like the Pelicans file for grievance, and they go in, they file for grievance, bring it to review board, and they get the review to see if he's negligent, if he doesn't deem. If not, you don't play. You just don't play.
But that's the bad part. Not to cut you off there, Danny, but the thing is, because the one player is so dominant in NBA, it's only 5 players on the court per team, you know? So when you got that one player that don't want to be there, and that thing could spread throughout the whole team like a virus at that point. And like you were saying with KP early in the episode, that guy don't want to be there. He just don't want to be there. And that's the tough thing. You really have to win. And to me, honestly, it should be, you should get rid of some of these teams. That's basically what I've been saying for the longest. Get rid of some of these teams. These players don't want to be there. But they ain't going to do that because the more teams you have, the more jobs you have. And that's what they want to keep it going. They want to keep it expanding.
Yes, they got to follow the money. Yeah. But then, like I told y'all guys before, didn't I tell y'all? I said it's going to become an arms race. That's all it's going to become. I said it becomes a popularity contest and an arms race. Friends joining with friends. Nobody wants to stand alone because you're going to get left out. You're missing something. You're missing the train. You're not having fun. Why the heck do I want to stay here for 7 years and lose? Look at Porzingis. I don't want to be on a losing team. He hasn't even played. And he doesn't want to be associated with a losing team, with a losing record. I want to win.
And that's what I'm saying.
He's not even a winner. He's not even a winner himself.
Exactly, like you stating. But the thing is, none of these people want to point the finger themselves and say, "Oh, I couldn't stay healthy," like you said. Maybe that's why this team keeps losing. Maybe I can't attract other people to come here. I got to go join somebody. Maybe that's a problem. So Giannis is up next. They're going to come after him the same way they come after AD. And it's bad because he actually like the man of Milwaukee over there. And you need players like that to stay in these places. Because if they don't, these teams is not going to have anything to cheer for. What is Giannis, LeBron, and AD on the same team? What do these teams have to cheer for then?
But see, that's why I like Giannis. Like we said before, when we reported before, there's like, Giannis, you want to work out? He's like, why the hell I'm working out with y'all for? I don't need to work out with y'all. I got my own camp. I got my own damn gym. I practice in my own house. I'll see y'all in the NBA season, suckers.
And that's a problem. You had more pride back in the day, man. It's almost like the old man in the park. Back in my day. I'm saying, but you had more pride. You didn't want to just be on the same team. You want to destroy that guy and then get on him during the summer. Yeah, we bust your behind during the year. Not, I'm joining Larry. Like I said before, Larry Bird was not trying to join Magic Johnson. Oh, well, my great pass is your 3. That'd be sweet, Bird. No, I'm trying to crush you. Just like we was doing battles back in the college days, I'm trying to do battles in the NBA. That made for a much more entertaining game, much more exciting, much more competition. And if it keep doing like this, you're going to have 4 or 5 teams. Because you got these Warriors teams stacking up. You got these Lakers trying to stack up. And it's like, where are the other teams going to be at? Just sitting in the lottery every year? What is that to cheer for? And you don't want to retract. You don't want these teams to go away. But at the same time, these players want to stack up and play with each other. So, I mean, where are you going to go? Sooner or later, something got to give. What else you want to answer this, Flo?
No, you guys hit on the head. We give credit where credit's due with the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He didn't want to work out with none of these none of these star players. He said, listen, for what? I got nothing to prove to you guys. I'll work out on my own. I'll get better on my own. I don't need to show my moves to you guys. No. That's what you need in the NBA. He's a throwback, and I respect that. Kudos to him. Now, back to KP and AD. These are 2 guys that are not great number ones at the end of the day because they couldn't lead their team. That's as far as AD could take New Orleans in 7 years. I believe he went to the playoffs twice. He made it to the second round of playoffs and lost to Golden State. These guys are not number one options. Him, KP, they're not. And it shows. They're already crying. I want to leave. I don't like it. But LA, you hit on the head. Why did you take the money? You sign a 1-year deal and keep it moving. You love the money. That's the problem. You play for the money. You're not playing for the love of the game. Come on. You guys are BSing me. AD, KP, you guys are BSing me. You play for the money. You're not trying to really win a chip. Because if that was the case, you could have taken a pay cut. You could have taken a 1-year deal.
Yeah, that's the thing that got me mad with the KP. Like you said before, they got 10 years. They got $10 million off the cap by waiting, and that should make you see if you want to win. He complained about winning right now. That's why they did. They said, "Wait, you're gonna get your money. We can always do the Larry Bird exception. You're gonna get your money. There's no doubt about that. The Knicks pay everybody. Who don't they pay? We still paying people. So the Knicks always paying people. So that had no option. The thing was, let's build a team around you, and then we could pay you after that. That would help win for everybody." And you're not playing, you're not healthy, and we still was putting you in the future plan. Knicks never talk about trading him. Phil Jackson said that everybody got on him, which kind of makes you think maybe Phil Jackson was right about getting rid of him and doing that marketing deal at this point. It makes you wonder with that part. I don't know. But just to close everything out, guys, anything else you have regarding KPAD or anything else in the NBA right now real quick?
LA, you made a great point right there. You hit on the head. We ran out. What happened? Phil Jackson got fired because he was trying to move KP to Phoenix for Devin Booker. That's what he was trying to do. And Phil Jackson, unfortunately, was fired. But Phil Jackson saw something that a lot of people didn't see, but only us three saw. We saw a guy in KP who's got talent, but it doesn't look like his body can hold up an NBA season. Not only that, it seemed like he's not there mentally. He's not mentally stable. And I'm not trying to insult him, but I'm saying is that the mind is not sharpened too much yet up there. You know, he thinks he knows everything, and I'm not trying to disrespect the kid, but at the same time, we know he's a young kid. You know, he's a good person with a good heart in KP, but it just seems like he thinks he knows everything. He's trying to rush. Relax. Take your time. Have some confidence in the new regime with Mills and Scott Perry. Have some confidence.
No, I hear where you coming from there with Flo. And that's the thing. It's like this team was built around you. You were drafted by the Knicks. You could have a nice little story for them. The city loved them, you know, and we would really embrace them. But it was a lot of little things we saw throughout that time that made you worry, with him blowing off the press conference at the end. A lot of immaturity issues, putting up the Twitter thing. As being the franchise of this team, you can't do those type of things. So that's the thing you have to worry about going forward. And these are things I pointed out, and we pointed out on this show. And listeners notice that. So, okay, good luck, Dallas. I hope it work out for y'all. I don't know if it will. Listeners, y'all let us know if we had a hot take, if you agree with it, or you think we way off. Let us know in the comment section, one way or the other. We'd like to hear from you. As we close out the show, what's your closing remarks for today's show, Danny D?
Thank the fans. Keep on Knicks, man. We're going to keep on striving. Hopefully we get better. We're going to get somebody. We're going to keep it a move on, man. Instead of a setback, this is just a move forward, man. Just a move forward.
That's it. Reboot, remix, baby. What else would you got for a closing remarks for today's show, Flo?
LA, I want to thank all the listeners. We're all over the place. iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify. Please leave a positive review. Also, gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for allowing me part of this great show. For Knicks fans, calm down. I don't know why you guys are so angry. Calm down. You didn't lose anything. You traded a player that didn't want to be here. Relax. Have confidence. And I'm going to leave with this, gentleman. In the words of the great Sam Hinkie, trust the process. That's the new word in New York right now for the Knicks. Trust the process.
That's it. You said it well, Flo. Thank you, Danny D. Thank you, Flo. Coming on a special episode. Had to give the fans what they want. You had to give them that hot take. And I appreciate that. Listeners, as always, continue to check out the show. We got a lot to talk about. Still can't believe it, guys. KP is gone. No longer a Knick. Woo, got some more stuff to talk about as we go along. Thanks again. Have a good one, y'all. See ya.